Welcome to the channel. As always, if you're here for the first time, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button below so you can see all future videos. Now, what we're gonna do today is something that I said I would probably never do this truck because of warranty issues. Good news though, I'm gonna put a cold air intake on it, and I'm also gonna put intercooler pipes on it. And what those two things do is increase the airflow in the motor and the turbo to help let the engine breathe a little better, essentially, which improves mileage, improves your fuel economy and throttle response, and also keeps temperatures cooler, which are all good things. There's a lot of debate about if the Ram box is, they say that flows enough air, you know, from the factory that you don't need to upgrade it, and actually that just the panel filter is fine. And did a lot of research, I did a lot of going back and forth, and I'm not a big fan of K&N, I'm not a big fan of a couple of other intake companies, but I found S&B Filters, and what they do is they've developed a cold air intake system that does not void your warranty. And I read a lot through their warranty, and basically if you go to the dealer and they try to deny your claim based on the fact that you have this S&B cold air intake system, you call S&B, you get the paperwork from the dealer, call S&B, tell them what's going on. S&B's compliance team, or whatever they call it, will talk to the dealership and explain to them the situation, because the S&B cold air intake uses the factory gate that swings back and forth for the cold air system. We'll see it later in the install. And if the dealer still refuses to pay for it, S&B says that they will pay for it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we have finally got a cold air intake system that does not void your warranty. And if that is truly the case, that's outstanding. If you have an S&B filter and you have any experience with dealerships and trying to use that as a reason to not pay out on your warranty, leave a comment in the comments below, because I want to hear your story. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a couple teaser pictures over the last couple weeks that these engine mods were coming. So today, like I said, we're doing the S&B cold air intake, and also the AFE hot and cold side intercooler pipes. Links to both of those things will be down below so you can get current pricing, but the air intake was about $330 and the intercooler pipes were about $400. So not the cheapest things to do, and they will increase mileage, hopefully 1.5 miles per gallon, which the return on investment, I think, just loosely takes about 8,000 miles, just on fuel economy alone. But I'm more looking for engine longevity and throttle response and performance rather than actual fuel mileage.
These are so slow, and I'm the oldest and heaviest person here. And I'm trying to do it one-handed, but it's okay.
So here's the plan. Truck's there, obviously. I'm gonna let the motor cool down for a little bit. I just drove home. Not super far, but it's not too bad. It won't take long. In the meantime, there's a couple of things we need to do to the truck that I can kill time with. Alright, so we got the factory Ram air box off, and as you can see, this intake pipe is, they just basically crush it to make it work, whereas the new one is totally straight. So that's going to help increase the airflow. We're going to take this off as well, this intake tube, and carry on with it. So this is obviously the factory intercooler pipe, and this is the AFE, and you can see how the different curvature, this is much more restrictive than this one. I'm gonna keep going. So the intake tube is in right here. See, it goes all the way up. That's branding there into the turbo. Now we're gonna put together the SB air intake. Alright, we got the airbox almost put together. 30-second version is you basically put these seals in, you put your factory airbox swing gate in. I'll link the video. SB has their own how-to. I'm not doing a how-to. Put the MAF, and we're gonna put it back in and see what happens. Okay, we got the completed product. So just tighten that back up. Tighten your intake tube back to the filter. Replace your MAF and your other sensors here on the bottom. Put the lid on, put the air valve on, tighten this down, and it's in there secure. Before I put everything away, I think we better start it up and see what it sounds like. Sounds about the same at idle. Let's see if we got a code. No codes. We'll have to drive. All right, guys, sorry if the wind's a little loud. Been driving around now with the setup installed for a little bit to just kind of break it in and feel, you know, I want to give it a fair shot. I'd say there's about a 10% increase in throttle response, but the noise the turbo makes, listen to this. I don't know if you can hear that, but hopefully you can. The turbo whistles very nicely now, and yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit, you know, to obviously see how it performs over a couple of days, you know, and get some better like fuel mileage numbers and your estimations. But yeah, it seems to all fit. It fits very nicely. It's not janky, and it's very well constructed. So I'll check on it in a couple hours when I get done driving and see if anything shifted or not. And if not, we'll finish up the video then.
Many tic-tacs later.
Here we are a couple days later, and I've had a chance to obviously drive the truck a little bit, get the feel of it. I went and drove another stock diesel that my buddy has just to refresh my memory exactly what the differences are, you know, right after one after the other. So I will say it is not a lot more throaty. It's probably about 20% more throaty in terms of sound on the low revs. I'll maintain the throttle response is probably between 10 and 20% more responsive. It seems like when you're in the mid revs, like, you know, and the turbo's not fully engaged, but you've got pressure in the turbo already built, and you go from 50% throttle to flat out, or, you know, something similar, it seems to respond a lot faster, which is what it's designed to do. So that's a good thing. I haven't really calculated mileage just because my driving is so sporadic between city and freeway. It's hard to really gauge that. The computer still reads 13.3, which is what it's read for a long time, but I could reset it, but it doesn't feel like it's using any more gas or any more fuel, but I haven't like specifically noticed. If you guys are doing this mod just for the fuel mileage increase, like I said, for the intercooler pipes as well as the cold air intake, I paid about $700, and like I said, with a good guess is you're gonna see about 1 mile a gallon under driving conditions. 1 mile a gallon, I mean. So like I said, it takes about 7,000 miles to pay for that, depending on fuel costs, etc., etc. Problem is, when you're driving with the windows down, you can hear the turbo spool a lot better, and it may or may not encourage you to accelerate, you know, a little harder. The exhaust brake is definitely louder. That's not tremendously loud. After reading the reviews, the written reviews online, I thought it was going to be overbearing, but it's not. It's a little bit louder, again, 10 to 15% louder, but not too bad. So the kit's still, you know, the kit's holding up strong. It's not warped. It haven't shifted after about 300 miles. So I'm happy with the fit and the finish. I'm happy with the quality. Again, the links to both products are going to be down in the description for you guys to look at. And I'll keep you updated. If anything comes out, you know, anything comes to light in the future, I'll update the vlog, or I'll update that vlog. And so yeah, if you're not subscribed, please do so now. We're going to be getting into some transmission work. We're going to be getting into some big brake kits and different things. So yeah, if you like this video, drop a like, and other than that, we'll see you on the next.